What makes a group a cult? Is it their strange belief, their isolation from society, or something deeper? Today, from the lens of the sociologist and anthropology, I would be diving into the fascinating and often misunderstood topic of cult. In every language, the word cult often carries a negative connotation: secrecy, control, manipulation, strange rituals. But in academic terms, cult is simply a small religious or social group with beliefs or practices regarded by others as strange. Now, from a sociologist standpoint, cults are a new religious movement. They typically form around a charismatic leader, and they offer answers during times of uncertainty in most cases. And this is the reason why most cults target usually people who are vulnerable, sometimes teenagers, and in rare cases, older adults. Because teenagers at that time are very easy to manipulate, and they are going through lots of hardship. And in a case where their family, their loved ones, or the religion they have always known is not there looking out for them or trying to help them provide solutions to their problems, they will end up turning into any other social group that they can come across. Now, from an anthropologist's perspective, the cult, however, have been viewed as a simple cultural response, an attempt to restore meaning, identity, or order in a world people perceive as broken. Now, the sociologist Max Weber described charismatic leaders as a basic component of a cult and one of the most important things as to how and why a cult should form. It is in fact the key driver in his words. Now, a leader will usually claim to have a divine mission, secret knowledge, or a revolutionary worldview. Now, the group often begin innocently, promising healing, transformation, or even salvation. The anthropologist Clifford Geertz reminds us that religion, and by extension cults, offers a system of symbols which acts to establish powerful, pervasive, and long-lasting moods and motivations. Now, people don't just join cults because they are brainwashed, because they are fools. Oftentimes, they are seeking a sense of community, answers, or belongingness, especially in times of personal or social crisis. When does a cult become dangerous? Not all cults are harmful, but some cults can become dangerous when they exhibit any of these traits. And number one, isolate members from the outside world. Number two, suppress critical thinking. Number three, demand absolute loyalty. Number four, use psychological manipulation or coercion. Number five, demonizing outsiders or former members. Now, this is when sociologists label them as high control groups, and anthropologists study them as cultural enclaves resisting mainstream norms. Now, famous cases like Jonestown, Heaven's Gate cults all follow this pattern which I just mentioned, this line of modus operandi, beginning with idealism and ending in tragedy, which in most cases was committing of suicide. Now, why do we label some groups as cult but not others? Is that kind of bias or partiality? Now, sociology teaches us the term cult is often a word of social judgment, because people tend to judge what they do not know. They are afraid of what they do not understand. For example, Christianity in itself would have been said to be a cult at the beginning because it sprang out of Judaism. It was centered around a charismatic leader, Jesus Christ, who claimed divine attributes or divine advantage or divine mission, divine revelation, and made him better than the other people around him, or made him kind of have an edge over the people around him. And then the Jewish authorities at the time saw him as a threat to their social norms, and then they labeled him as a heretic, as Beelzebub, someone who cast out demons using the powers of Beelzebub, the prince of demons. And then essentially that grew up to become a sect of Judaism, which was like Messianic Judaism. That's Jews who believe in the Messiah. And then it finally broke out and became a religion of its own. Anthropology, however, urges us to suspend judgment and ask, what needs, fears are these groups responding to? Understanding cults isn't just about warning signs. It's about understanding how beliefs, power, and identity function in human society. So next time you hear the word cult, don't just think crazy. Think social crisis, charismatic leadership, and the human search for meaning. Like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you enjoyed my video and you are searching for this kind of content and more of it. And in case you have any topic you want me to also speak about, you can identify them in the comment section. Thanks for watching. Bye bye, and see you next time.